Alright, so I'm recording this after I stream. If you missed the stream, we actually did manage to pull Purgatory Bond, which is really, really good. So I know a lot of people probably have questions about how to build Bond, or you've probably seen videos on how to do it, but I'm just gonna use this time to explain how to build him. I'm gonna also make this a part of my how to build character series. So if you're new to this, basically I just explain how to build a character, what gear sets you should give them, etc, etc. So yeah, hopefully you do enjoy. Also subscribe if you're new, if you aren't already. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into it. So Purgatory Bond, the newest festival unit released, he's very, very good. A lot of people don't want me to call him the best unit in the game, so I'm not gonna do that. But he is good. He's very, very good. He has very good damage output because all of his damage is based upon max HP. So keep that in mind, right? All of his damage is based upon max HP. So that means you're going to be doing more damage the more HP you have. So you want to prioritize getting his costumes. If you're waiting for the individual sets, that means you're going to have to spend, unfortunately, a lot more for, buying them with the gems. However, if you're gonna straight up just buy him, like I said, you should focus on his HP set because that is the most important. You can see I already have one of his HP cosmetic sets 100% already. I am trying to get these. It's gonna be a while, but I think I can get it. His weapon honestly doesn't matter because none of his moves are scaled off attack, so it's not like this is important. I mean, yeah, for crit chance, crit damage, and pierce rate, it is important to have, but it doesn't affect him having low attack like how it is. It's at 9,211. So even though his attack is very low, doesn't matter because all of his moves are scaled off of max HP. So we'll start off with skill 1, right? Heart Crusher. So his skill 1 is a detonate card, and honestly the detonate card is just icing on the cake because if you have a lot of max HP on this unit, it's not going to matter because he's still going to hit hard regardless. Again, like I said, detonate is literally just icing on the cake. So yeah, at rank 1, it does 9% of the hero's max HP on all enemies. And even though it seems like it's low, it actually does do a lot of damage. So keep that in mind. You also have 14% on rank 2, which is very, very nice. So also keep that in mind. And then on rank 3, it's 21%. So this is a very, very strong card. Not only does it have detonate, so the more ultimate move gauges that the enemy has, or move gauge orbs that the enemy has, you're gonna do tons of damage. Like, you're gonna do tons of damage, and it is actually a ranged skill. I thought it was a physical skill, but it's ranged, so also keep that in mind as well. But very, very strong skill. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen this Bond in action, right? You already seen how he works. He's very, very powerful. And in his second skill, it's a buff card, Gift. Applies an effect on all allies which restores 20% of diminished HP at the start of the ally's turn for 2 turns and increases max HP by 10%. That's for rank 1. On rank 2, it'll heal for 30%, and then it'll also increase max HP by 20%. And then on rank 3, 50% and increases max HP by 30%. So very powerful card right there, right? So this card right here is pretty much, besides, obviously the support units that you have fighting with you, is going to increase Bond's damage by a lot. Like, it's honestly crazy how much it's going to increase his his max HP by, and therefore increase his damage threshold. So he's very powerful. He's just very, very strong, right? Very, very strong. And then lastly, his ultimate. So you can see here, we managed to get him 4 out of 6 on stream. Very nice. 39% of max HP on all enemies. Gonna hit like an absolute truck. The 6 out of 6, however, is very important as well, because once you actually get him 6 out of 6, there's going to be a few people who have him 6 out of 6. Once you get him 6 out of 6, he will actually have an extra added effect of Rupture. So any buff that you, or that you have on you, and if an enemy you're facing has Rupture, like 6 out of 6 Bond, they will do double the damage. Or if you have 6 out of 6 and they have a buff, obviously they're going to do double the damage. So it's very strong. Very, very powerful, right? That's why a lot of people were upset when they actually put that extra effect of Rupture on 6 out of 6, because they thought it was, they were like, oh, this is not fair. Maybe it should just be 1 out of 6 when you get the Rupture. Like, he should just have it. But I get where they were coming from, because if everybody and their mother had Rupture on Bond, he would be broken, right? So there's an incentive of getting him 6 out of 6. Yes, it is unfair if, you know, a whale has him 6 out of 6 and you're facing him, you know, you're facing against a whale, but not a lot of people use buffs, right? Mainly, it was literally to counter Goddess Elizabeth's shield and reflect. That's pretty much the only reason why they even gave him Rupture, because they probably thought that he wasn't going to kill her without the Rupture card or something like that. I mean, yeah, but he still does massive damage. So to be completely honest with you, I don't even think his ultimate needed Rupture. I just think he's fine with base damage. I just think he's okay with that. I don't think he needed Rupture. I actually don't think he needed it. I think he was fine. I think he was absolutely okay. So, yeah, but they did give him Rupture. It is what it is. You can't change it, right? So then his passive. His passive is strong as well, and it can be ran on all areas of content, right? So very, very good. Every time the hero's ultimate move gauge fills by 1 orb, from using, moving, or ranking up skills, the hero's max HP increases by 8% up to 8 times, so 40% increase for 3 turns, and removes all stat decrease effects from self. Very, very powerful. So 40% increase to his max HP stacked with, you know, you're pretty much going to see this one, a 20% increase. That right there is 60% to his max HP. If you actually somehow max out his passive and get a rank 2 gift, that's 60% to his max HP. That's absolute insanity. So yeah, he's gonna hit very, very hard, no matter what, because again, you can't remove this. This is a passive active buff, so you cannot remove it, right? It's a gray icon, which means it's a passive active. You won't be able to remove it at all, no matter what you do, right? So he's gonna hit hard. This is why I say he's the best unit in the game, because his max HP will be so high that even Escanor with a rank 3 won't be able to completely one-shot him, right? Yes, you could, you know, obviously stun him to death, keep getting Escanor cards, sure, but just by himself, right, he's gonna be able to tank, right? He really will. So I would say though, if it's a one-on-one, the one Escanor, he will kill Bond, right? Because Bond takes time, right? He has to get his gift, you know, he has to build up his passive, whereas Escanor, his passive builds up passively. You don't have to wait on, you know, you don't have to move cards, no nothing, right? You just go ahead straight into the battle, you know, you do big daddy damage, plus Escanor is blue, so he has type advantage over him from the jump. So that's where Purgatory Bond probably, you know, I could see, you know, an argument for, you know, oh, well, he's not the best unit in the game, but, you know, sure, you can make the same, you could literally make the same argument for Goddess Elizabeth being, you know, obviously the best unit in the game because she can stun, have a shield, reflect. So yeah, I mean, you can make the same argument, but yeah, I say, you know, I stand where I stand. I think he is the best unit in the game. Now we go to equipment, where you all been waiting for. So a lot of people are probably like, how do I build this Purgatory Bond? Like, what do I build him with? Well, you can build him with HP and defense like I have, or you can build him with HP and crit damage. Now, pretty much, HP and crit damage is literally just to max out as much damage as possible on this Bond, because look at his stats. Like, his stats are insane. Now, don't go off of this, because I do have my substats for these bracelets in ring, right? I do have it crit chance on one side and crit damage on another, so keep that in mind. But yeah, look how much crit chance that I gave my Bond, because I want him to crit, right? But his crit resistance is at 100%, just base, no extra effect added at all. That's insane. His crit defense is at 67. I mean, he's not going to get crit regardless, right? And then, yeah, so his life steal's at 18% as well. So he's very, very strong. That's the strength of this Bond. And that's why people build him with HP and crit damage, because if you have 20% extra crit damage on top of the crit damage that you're going to give him with the substats, you're looking at over 200 crit damage. Yeah. He's very powerful, but with defense, you know, it gives him a little bit more tankiness with his max HP, so I can see an argument for that as well, but I just went ahead and gave him HP and defense, plus it helps with CC to get him high in CC, even though I'm not going for I'm going to max out his CC type build. I'm just going for, I want him to have some, you know, a little bit more tankiness than just max HP, so that's what I'm going for. But you can literally build him with attack and crit, or not attack and crit, HP and crit, my apologies, or you could build him with HP and defense. It's up to you, but these substats should definitely have some type of crit chance or crit damage no matter what. You could do attack if you really wanted to, but like I said in the beginning of the video, his attack stat does not matter. None of his attacks scale off of his base attack, right? It's all max HP. So you want to make sure you're giving him crit chance and crit damage, because that's it. He still can crit. He still can crit, but it's just his attack stat. It doesn't matter since none of his skills are scaled off of it. So that's why his crit chance and crit damage are so high, and that's why you want it to be as high as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, this character is just very strong. I can't wait to see the next few units that they release. I'm glad he's red as well, because before him, Lost Rain was the only red Fez unit that we had, and he was over a year old, so keep that in mind. But I'm glad that he came out. Very strong unit. So yeah, hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like for the algorithm. Comment below if you got him or not, and how many dupes you put into him. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. As always, I will see you all next time.